susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
I, Renato Aboy Paraiso, having been appointed to the position of Executive Director of the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, Department of Information and Communications Technology, do hereby solemnly swear. So help me God. Thank you.
In today's digital world, technology connects us faster than ever before. But while the internet has opened doors to innovation and opportunity, it has also created new risks. Online scams, identity theft, and cybercrime continue to threaten individuals, businesses, and communities. As more Filipinos rely on digital platforms for communication, banking, and daily transactions, the need for awareness, protection, and stronger cybersecurity has never been more important. Tonight, we talk to a leader who is at the forefront of the country's fight against cybercrime. I am Ox Baliado, and this is The Game Changer. Our guest tonight leads one of the most important efforts in safeguarding Filipinos in the digital space. As Executive Director of the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, he works closely with law enforcement agencies and partners to combat cybercrime, address online scams, and promote safer digital practices for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Undersecretary Renato Aboy Paraiso.
Thank you. Thank you, Kuyang Ox, and I'm happy. I'm really happy to be here in your show, The Game Changer. All right.
Well, I'm very glad that the Game Changer himself is able to join us today. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din sa mag-imbita sa akin.
Sige, USEC, okay, umpisahan po natin ito sa, before you become, before becoming a leader in cybersecurity and public service, every journey begins with humble beginnings, right?
Yep.
So let's take a step back and talk about your roots.
Yep.
Well, growing up, what kind of child was Aboy Paraiso?
Far from it. Nung bata ho tayo, we were a problematic child. Pinalaki ho tayo na, laki ho ako sa lola. So, fortunately, I was raised by Commander Liwayway. So, she's a local hero in Pampanga. She led the Hukbalahap. Because both of my parents were OFWs. They were work. So, lumaki ho kami ng kapatid ko sa aming lola. Strict discipline. Pero again, because OFW yung parents, medyo spoiled din. So that was the kind of childhood that So from being strict, tapos hanggang bumalik na yung parents ko, especially my mom, medyo yun, we had both strictness and some liberties in our childhood.
Growing up with, you mentioned Commander Liwayway. Is that one of the reasons perhaps that led you to do public service?
So, no.
Ganun ba? Or
yes,
may influence somehow?
There is an influence, of course. Because when we were growing up, hindi mo alam na siya pala si Commander Liwayway. She made us oblivious to that fact na parang she was just an ordinary person. Pero when you get to see her, she was on TV, she was being interviewed by none less than Professor Randy David during her time. So, we had that inkling, but she made us feel that we were ordinary kids, living ordinary lives, and she prepared us for a lot of things. And, growing up and hearing these stories, you get to get inspired. And tama ka, baka it's one of the reasons na it inspired us, especially me, to when I ventured into public service, to do good and follow the example she set.
Right. Oh. Well, okay. looking back at your early years, what experiences helped shape your leadership style now?
Well, I think
Because I believe you have your own leadership
yeah, I
style,
know.
right? So,
I think I'm more people-centric. I try to listen because of growing up, you know, and like what you were mentioning, I'm a techie. No, more on people, people skills ako. So, when I grew up, sa kali kami, we were playing. When I was in law school, yan, unang araw pa lang, nasa frat na ako. Tapos, I think these are the things that helped shape me. And it's strange to say, but most of the things that taught me the most are the failures in life talaga.
right. Well, yun naman talagang pinagmumula na mas maraming makabuluhang learning. No?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, eto, I understand may mga mentors, may individuals who really influenced, your path the most. Meron ka bang on top of your head? Aside from, of course, the one that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So apart from my lola, syempre andyan yung dad ko. He taught us how to be, listen to people first, because he was a very high executive in AGNP. At that time, he was in the private sector. He showed us his leadership style when it comes to handling people. He always taught us the value of balancing discipline with compassion. And then, when I joined the legal profession, syempre, andyan si Attorney Nabil Tan and Attorney Guerrero when I first started. And then later, when I was in government, andyan naman yung mga influences ng mga iba't ibang mga nakasalamuha ako sa government. And strangely enough, I learned most of how to deal with people in government. Yan, sina GML Robles, andyan yan, parati para for us. Tapos, other friends in government. You learn little things, bits and pieces from all different people. I've learned how to deal with the private sector in my dealings with Secretary Henry Aguda. Parang, diba? So, you combine all these influences and, you try to forge your own leadership style on what works best.
Well, I'm glad you actually mentioned a lot of great names in government. And you mentioned one of the familiar names from among those that you just stated earlier. Attorney Nabil Tan, well, I had a personal experience for how great that man is. But anyway, let's talk about the values that have guided you throughout your journey in government service. I'm sure they're partly influenced, they've influenced you somehow, but the values now.
Well, the values I hold dear is really give to the people what is owed to them. Parang, in anything that you deal, you may make compromises, you make decisions based on a lot of factors, but first and foremost, kailangan mong ibigay sa tao yung para sa kanila. You have to deliver basic public service. Any other compromise that would affect that, it's a bad compromise. It's a bad decision that, And even if you fail, at least, okay, you can live with that fact. Yun lang yung sa akin. If those decisions would lead me to being axed or being chastised or being bashed, okay lang sa akin yun. I can live with that fact as long as at the end of the day, yung para sa tao na ibigay ho na.
You deliver.
Yeah, po.
Okay. Now let's talk about USEC. Let's talk about your past roles that has prepared or have prepared you for the responsibility of leading a national agency at this point.
So before when I started as a lawyer, I had the opportunity to work with Attorney Guerrero. So he mentored me in practice, and that gave me confidence kasi bata pa lang ako. Nag-a-appear na ako sa court, and when others, yung mga ibang mga kasabayan ko were still doing documentation. Ako naman, nakapag-litig ako. And that gave me confidence. And sometimes that confidence translates into cockiness sometimes. So, after that, I was able to perform the role as a Vice President of one corporation, and then again as for legal in one corporation, then again as a Chief Legal Counsel in an international corporation until I formed my own law firm, and then I consulted with other government agencies. And then the time of the campaign came up, and I helped. Then the opportunity to be in government came up. I was supposedly tasked or asked to join one government agency with regards to comms. But I told them my real interest is really with ICT because it's an emerging practice here in the Philippines.
Exactly.
So during that time, so talagang hiningi ko na if I had the opportunity, maybe I can join the ICT. So when I joined the ICT, I became its, at that time, nung pumasok ako, meron pang USEC for legal, which is turned out to be a blessing in disguise because USEC Jovi Salazar became a very, very good friend. Eventually, he left the agency. Then, ako na yung nag-head ng legal department. And during my stint, walang in-appoint na USEC. So, I basically headed the legal department during my stay in the ICT. So, yun yung nag-prepare sa akin. And then, I became, I was involved in a lot of, the crafting of a lot of laws that we have now. The e-government bill, the Konektadong Pinoy. So, again, it was an opportunity na I'm very thankful for. Tapos, when there was a change in leadership in the ICT, I was asked to temporarily oversee CICC. Then later on, nung they saw naman na medyo kailangan ng talagang tutukan, I was appointed as Deputy Executive Director hanggang naging Acting Executive Director. Hanggang etong January, tinapos na yung acting career ko. Tinuloy na as Executive Director of CICC.
Finally. Well, okay, you mentioned your professional experience, and it's so vast, no?
Yeah.
Well, outside your professional life, what personal experiences have shaped your perspective as a leader?
Well, again, I mentioned I'm a very extrovert kind of an individual. So I like to mingle with a lot of people. Kasi I've learned that, trying to beat the learning curve is trying to learn from the experiences of others. So I learn from the people in high places. I also try to converse and learn from yung mga nasa baba to know ano yung mga experiences nila. So mga experiences ko dyan, again, having joined the fraternities, not only one, but sumama rin ako sa atin. Nagbason din ako, mga unang mga 1 year pa lang ako sa practice, nagbason na rin ako. So again, all these experiences would contribute greatly into how I view things and how I project and how I formulate policies and formulate leadership policies and styles when it comes to governing the people I lead.
I'm sure, USEC, with your professional life and even outside professional life, you've encountered a lot of challenges. But what motivates you to continue serving the public despite the challenges that you came across, especially when it comes to leadership?
The thinking and that satisfaction that even if I can change the life of one individual positively because of the mandate, fulfilling the mandate of the agency, whenever I was with kung nasa DICT man ako, nasa CICC, that one person na nakapag-express ng pasasalamat and they share that their lives have been permanently changed positively because of what you have done, and yun na yung motivation mo. Kahit isa lang yan, okay na yan.
From those early beginnings, his journey eventually led him to public service and to the critical work he is doing today. When the Game Changer returns, we'll talk about the road that brought Aboy Paraiso to the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center and the challenges of protecting Filipinos from cybercrime and online scams. Stay with us.
2025 was a meaningful year for Bingo Plus Foundation. As our purpose grew, it was time for a new chapter. Introducing DigiPlus Foundation.
Education is the bridge to opportunities. Through the Future Smart program, we empower learners and educators nationwide. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply learning for a better future.
Healthcare should come with no barriers. Kalusugan Plus delivers medical missions, and Embrace Plus mental health support, which empower every Filipino through compassionate and accessible healthcare. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply healing. One patient, one community at a time.
Every dream deserves a chance. In Wish Plus, we grant wishes, empowering individuals, families, and communities together with their partners. At DG Plus Foundation, we multiply hope, dignity, and possibilities.
Disasters don't wait. Through the Bayanihan Plus program, we mobilize immediate response and recovery efforts. At DigiPlus Foundation, we multiply the spirit of Bayanihan across the nation.
DigiPlus Foundation is committed to delivering on our promise to bring help within everyone's reach. When support becomes accessible, impact doesn't just grow, it multiplies.
Welcome back to the Game Changer. You are now leading the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, USEC, an agency that plays a critical role in protecting Filipinos from digital threats. Could you tell us about the journey that led you to this position, sir?
Well, it was a natural. It's a natural progression for me because before I was heading the ICT's legal department. Then we were formulating policies, and part of those policies really is coordinating with other government agencies in formulating those, whether it's on internal policies or the legislation that's needed in order to address a lot of things in government when it comes to ICT, including keeping the internet safe.
Right.
So that's why when there was a change in administration, and I'd like to thank Secretary Henry Aguda for the opportunity to oversee CICC for that particular time. And then when the time of the election came, I oversaw and headed the government's anti-fake news campaign through our COMELEC Threat Monitoring Center that was housed in CICC. So after that, I was appointed as Deputy Executive Director for a month. And after a month, I was appointed as Acting Executive Director of CICC. So that was the journey for me from DICT to CICC. And I think a lot of things that I did, a lot of the things I did in DICT really prepared me for this role in CICC.
Right. Now, when you first assumed your role at the CICC, what were your immediate priorities then?
Well, it's strengthening three core programs in CICC. I noticed that you really don't see or you have no visibility in the cybercrime landscape of the Philippines. One, because the data is fragmented. And second, I think the more alarming part of it is because the citizens who are victimized by cybercrimes, whether it's scams or other forms of cybercrimes, is they don't usually report when they get victimized. One is because they feel that nothing's gonna happen, and second, they don't know where to report, frankly. So that's why I try to strengthen the Hotline 1326, which is the Cybercrime Complaint Center of CICC. And then I also try to strengthen the proactive approach of dealing with cybercrimes and seeking cybercrimes and cybercriminals wherever they are through the Threat Monitoring Center. That's another program that I'm trying to strengthen. And lastly is the investigative part, which is the Cybercrime Response Center of CICC. We are capacitated, we're procuring technology, giving us the capabilities, abilities to really combat cybercrime, and passing this on and trying to capacitate other agencies, especially our law enforcement agencies, when it comes to these technologies, these investigative trainings, these upskilling. So we're really trying to, these are the three things that makes CICC right now a pivotal agency when it comes to this war on cybercrime.
Kasama na ba dun yung main responsibility, no?
Kasi
just to emphasize,
Yeah.
ano ba yung main responsibility ni CICC?
so CICC is the central coordinating body of the government. It's the centralized effort of government in combating cybercrime. So we would be, in CICC there's an EXICOM, headed by the Secretary of ICT, the director of the NBI, the head of ACP, NPACG, and the DOJ Office of Cybercrime. These are the component government agencies in the EXICOM. Then we have a representative in the private sector, the academe, and the NGOs.
So it's kind of well represented then somehow, no?
Yep. It is well represented, and it goes to the fact that CICC being the lead agency when it comes to cybercrime, government's efforts against cybercrime, we have to coordinate. We know our limitations and we know the strengths of our partners. So we try to capitalize and leverage on those strengths of our partners and giving them, like I said, capacitating them, training them.
Right. Yeah. Very, yung collaboration is very important, for you to maximize and be very effective in your operations. But okay, now what are yung mga common cyber crimes that are currently affecting most of the Filipinos today?
So, the cybercrime landscape right now, it's all year round naman. Lahat ng mga cybercrimes yan, lahat ng mga scams na yan are being perpetrated all year round. Pero, there are certain cybercrimes or scams that are perpetrated in mas prevalent sila during a time in the year. For example, last month, prevalent ang love scams. Kasi, February, so, prevalent sila pag January, June,
so may season din to.
Seasonal yan. Ngayon naman, dahil tapos na at wala ng pera, online lending scams naman ang tinututukan namin. Pero again, in December, ang pinaka-prevalent, and I think all year round, ang prevalent talaga is online marketing, yung shopping scams, delivery scams, and investment scams. All year round, malakas yung mga yan.
Well, you just said it's increasingly widespread. In fact, it's already widespread. Yung itong mga online scams. Why do you think many people still still fall victim to these kinds of schemes?
Well, right now,
marami pa rin biktima eh.
Before kasi we were thinking kulang lang sa awareness, kulang lang sa education.
Yes.
And that's why that's where we try to fill in the gap. So very kami aggressive when it comes to our educational campaigns. But right now we're seeing a trend that we are being profiled. AI is being used to profile us. So alam na ngayon ng mga scammers hindi siya yung parang shotgun approach na parang lahat tayo, ito yung spill natin, lahat tayo tatargetin natin karamihan. Tapos kung sino mabiktima, good. Right now, we're being targeted because we are being profiled by AI. So alam nila
it's a counter.
So very shot at dealer fit siya. So alam ng mga scammers yung pinakabagay na scam na mafo-fall ako because of masyado tayong oversharing because of the information we put out there, because of several individuals who influence us. Parang alam na nila kung ano yung siguro alam nila, marupok ako, love scam to si Aboy, madadali natin to dyan.
Malalim din yung profiling na ginagawa.
It's AI-based, it's And the problem, the one thing that compounds to that particular challenge is, you cannot stop Filipinos from being oversharing. Yun na nga lang, kuya, kung kakain ka na nga lang, ipipictura mo pa bago ka kumain. Diba? So, yun yung mahirap dun.
Alright, yeah. Well, parang guilty tayo dun. Anyway, ano yung mga, marami yan na challenges but the biggest so far na hinaharap ng agency mo as far as investigating cybercrime cases?
Well, it's always, and I think lahat kami sa ahensya ng pamahalaan, it's always the budgetary challenge, yung budgetary constraints. There's a lot of technologies out there are a lot of technology providers out there, but because of budgetary constraints, we have to prioritize kung ano yung unahin namin. So, unahin ba namin yung detection, unahin ba namin yung investigation, unahin ba namin yung reporting. So, yun talaga yung mahirap. One thing I try to do to solve that particular challenge is really partnering up with the private sector.
All right, online gambling has become very accessible through mobile apps and social media. Usong-uso to ngayon. How serious is the issue today in terms of cybercrime and financial risk?
So it's a real serious threat for us, especially mga illegal online gaming platforms na to. Especially, we've noticed the trend that these online gaming operators, the illegal ones, who are not being regulated, their games are being manipulated. Ibig sabihin, pwede ka panaluhin ng umpisa, pero at the end, at the bottom lines, the house would always win. So hindi ka mananalo kasi it's being manipulated. There's no security behind it. So it's an ever-growing threat, and they promote talaga addiction. So sasabihin nila, taya ka ng 1,000, gagawin ko 10,000 yan. Pero para ma-cash out mo yan, kailangan ka maglaro ng 500 games. Paano ka naman hindi ma-addict nun kung ganun yung incentive sa'yo?
Diba? Ngayon, yung lending naman,
Yeah.
Itong mga online, very abusive lending lending apps, no?
Yeah.
Online lending apps, so to speak. How big is this problem of itong mga problema about online loan sharks in the Philippines today, based on your department's or agency's assessment?
You know, a funny discovery that we made, yung mga online gaming platforms na to, yung mga illegal online gaming platforms na to, are the same ones funding yung mga online lend. Para na siyang isang ecosystem. Kung maubos na yung pera mo, papahiramin ka namin ng pera para may pantaya ka talaga. Tapos sugal ka ulit. But focusing solely on online lending applications, there's a big problem when it comes to these particular syndicates, because unang-una, they make it so accessible for you to access funds, for you to quench your thirst for gambling. Second, they victimized yung mga nasa CDEN classes natin, no? Kung sino pa yung mga nasa laylayan, yun pa yung binibiktima nila, yung mga pa 500 na lang ang utang yan. Tapos they misrepresent, sasabihin nila low interest rate, pero pag nakita mo, tinatago pala nila yung mga operations fee nila, yung mga processing fees nila. Ang nakukuha mo na, halimbawa, nangutang ka 500, 300 na lang makukuha mo, i-advance na nila yung pagkuha ng ano mo, nung mga
grabe yung charges,
no? And then ang pinaka-delikado nga, and sometimes even legitimate and licensed gaming or online lending operators are guilty of this, is yung mga excessive and unlawful collection practices. Yung ipapahiya ka, kukontakin yung boss mo, kukontakin yung nanay mo, yung girlfriend mo, yung asawa mo, minsan sabay pa kukontakin para magkita sila, di ba? Para lang pag hindi ka nakapagbayad ng utang. So, and yung sa Facebook, so it's really a menace na parang you are subjected to this humiliation. Minsan pa nga wala ka pang balak mangutang, Kuya Oxy. We've noticed na may isang lending application dyan na i-click mo lang yung amount, parang may auto-approval na nangungutang ka na, and they get access to your devices, so yung mga contacts mo. That's a violation of the data privacy law, to be real honest with you.
Paano ba yung nag-ooperate? Kasi alam mo, ang daming subok sa programa ko in the past. I used to host a public service show. Ang dami niyan, yung pinahiya, binanggit mo kanina, yung talagang humiliation, social media. How do they...
So like I mentioned, Kuya Ox, most of these platforms, whether it's legal or illegal, karamihan yan foreign funded, tsaka located outside of the Philippines. Pero may mga local counterparts yan na may mga collections agency, na nandito sa Pilipinas. So sila yung mangungulit sa'yo, sila even wag na lang online lending operations, yung ano na lang yung mga yung mga financial institutions pagdating sa sasakyan, sa kung ano-anong inuutang mo, di ba? Same collections agency. So may component doon na pwede nating habulan, Kuya Ox. So even if they're located outside the country, if these individuals or corporations or collections agencies employ unlawful and unethical practices, we may go after them and charge them. Pag kung halimbawa nga yung operations na yan, nagbigay ka ng pera tapos hindi mo naman balak mangutang, parang pinuwersa ka na mangutang, estafa na rin yan. So baka maging liable pa sila sa syndicated estafa niyan.
Also, I understand there is such thing as unfair collection practices.
Exactly. There are now a lot of laws that have cropped up unfair collections practice. You have the AFASA law ngayon. And then you have, it's backed up by 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Then, as a baseline, yung revised penal code na ito.
Okay. Alright, eto naman, anong mga USEC, ano may papayo mo dito sa mga Filipinos who are tempted to borrow money through online lending?
Alam nyo, hindi ho masama.
Importante itong payo mo. Galing sa'yo.
Yung totoo, hindi naman ho masama mangutang. Actually nga, it promotes financial inclusivity, na may access tayo to funds whenever we need them, as long as we have the capacity to pay. Huwag lang ho tayo magpapabiktima. Ang importanteng tandaan natin is, pag mangungutang tayo, pumunta tayo mismo doon sa application. May mga listahan naman tayo sa SEC, yung mga register dyan. Huwag tayo pumunta doon sa web-based. Kasi minsan makikita natin sa mga social media pages natin, nagpo-promote kasi itong mga illegal So pag halimbawa nag-promote sila, i-click mo yung link, dadalhin ka sa web-based na application. So pag web-based, magduda na kayo. Dapat pumunta kayo mismo doon sa apps. So may mga apps naman yung mga yan para there's another layer of protection of vetting ng mga, whether it's Google Play Store or the Apple Store. May additional layer of protection tayo. So yun yung mapapayo ko. Again, pwede tayo mangutang. Basta alam natin may capacity to pay tayo. At second, magiging safe tayo pag nangutang tayo sa mga lending applications na regulated ho ng ating pamahalaan.
Correct. Okay. In addressing these issues, itong online gambling, itong online lending, I believe, I understand that the cooperation with government agencies, private companies is very important. And how important is this? Just for you to be able to emphasize, how important is it for your agency, for CICC?
It's really vital. I do believe, I think the best practice around the world, it's not a whole of government approach nga lang, Kuya Oxy. It's not enough for us in government to be bound together in combating cybercrimes. I think it's a whole of society approach. It means that our citizenry has to be involved. The private sector have to be involved. And more importantly, because of the borderless nature of cybercrimes, I think our allied countries and allies in other countries have to be involved as well in combating this particular menace of cybercrime.
Okay. Okay, USEC, in your view, what role does digital literacy play in preventing cybercrime?
A big part of it. I think the first and foremost defense of any nation or any society when it comes to combating cybercrime is a literate and educated and well-informed citizenry. So they know how they are being targeted, how to avoid scams, how to spot scams in the first place.
Okay, so ngayon, ano po yung mga initiative ng CICC na ini-implement to strengthen public awareness and cybersecurity? So I'm sure you've got a lot there.
Yeah. So now we have a scam watch. So we are implementing that particular initiative in CICC na kung saan talaga ang focus is educating our people when it comes to various scams out there. And in fact, we partnered up with a lot of private sector partners to create content. You can see me, minsan nga, Kuya Ox, natutokso na tayo, nagpapabata tayo, nandun na daw tayo sa TikTok, sa Facebook. But the reality of it is, kailangan namin pumunta where our audience is. Kasi silang kailangan namin educate. Hindi naman ako pwede sabihin, punta kayo dito sa website ng CICC, walang pupunta. So we have to be in TikTok, we have to be in Facebook, we have to be in Instagram, we have to laymanize a lot of terms. We have to create skits to illustrate paano ka mabibiktima at anong dapat mong gawin para kung mabiktima ka man. So, this is a ongoing campaign and I'm very fortunate na maraming gusto sumali sa campaign na to. Whether it's our media partners, we have a MOA with fact-checkers. I think Rappler and soon it's the Verifiles would be a partner of CICC for fact-checking. Various private entities with regards to other advocacies, sa banking sector, Anjambap, si Fintech Alliance is also coming on board. A lot of it's fortunate for me siguro talaga, and this is one of the contributions talaga na I'd like to emphasize na dala ni Secretary Henry Aguda is that collaboration with the private sector.
This is very important.
Yeah.
It's ang lawak kasi nito eh.
Sobra.
Okay, this time, Yusek, give us some tips.
Yep.
Or steps, no?
Yep.
That can help individuals like us, to better protect ourselves online.
So I have 4 M's. Una is maging mapagmatsyag, mapanuri. So whatever comes your way, you have to analyze it, apply critical thinking. Tapos second is pwedeng mang-isnab. Whenever you know, kasi tayo mga Pilipino, pag may lumapit sa atin or something comes our way, we feel the urge or we feel the need to entertain it, even if scam or text na yan. Third is mag-report. Even if you don't get victimized, kailangan i-report niya yung mga bagay-bagay na yan. And third, I think kailangan maging maalam tayo. We educate ourselves.
It's very important.
Na kung ano yung mga types of scams are there, ano yung mga ways para na hindi tayo mabiktima ng mga scammers na to.
Alright. In today's digital age, the battle against cybercrime is constant and ever-changing. Protecting people in the online world requires vision, determination, and leadership. When the game changer returns, we talk about Aboy Paraiso not just as a public servant, but as a game changer, leading efforts to create a safer digital future for Filipinos. Good going.
We want Dubai to be number one. That's the vision. Back then, it seemed like a desert dream. But we had brothers who believed that our desert is a land of endless opportunities, who believe nothing is impossible to a willing heart. The Filipinos. And so they came, the best and the brightest. With the will and the skill to build the biggest and the tallest. Shukran, brother Filipinos. Your hearts and your minds help give life to our Dubai dreams.
I am Chris. I am the Philippines.
Metro Escapers, mula sa makasaysayang industriya ng sapatos ng Marikina, aalamin natin kung bakit nga ba naituturing na world-class quality ang Marikina made shoes. Dito mismo sa Sea Point, Marikina. Known for their stylish and built-to-last shoes ranging from dress shoes, casual pairs, boots, hanggang sandals. Bawat disenyo ay maingat na ginagawa gamit ang dekalidad na materyales at expert craftsmanship na nagpapatuloy ng tradisyon ng Marikina shoemaking. So, ganito lang. Isa pa. Lalaksan ko, ah. Ay, isang pukpuk lang po. Ay, sorry. Sumobra. Tignan natin kung tama ba ang ating ginawa.
Collaboration, DG Plus Interactive Corporation joins forces with boxing icon Manny Pacquiao to launch a series of co-branded digital games inspired by his journey, resilience, and legacy. Happening here at Shangri-La The Court, this is Aimee Gatchalian for DATV All Access, your front row pass to the biggest events, bold launches, and can't miss moments.
Today, I stand before you not just as Manny Pacquiao, but as your ambassador, someone who believes in the mission and purpose of DG Plus. For me, being ambassador is not just about representing a brand. It's about representing values. It's about trust, integrity, and making sure that whatever we do it with the intention of helping others. As many of you, I come from humble beginnings. I know what it feels like to struggle, to hope, and to work hard for a better life. That is why every partnership I enter into is something I take personally. I always ask myself, makatulong ba ito sa kapwa ko Pilipino? And that is why this partnership is very important to me. As chairman of MoneyPay, my vision has always been clear to create a platform that serves Filipinos and their every lives. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa pagbabayad o technology. It's about making things easier, more accessible, and more trustworthy for our people. MoneyPay was built on the foundation of discipline, honesty, and service. Values that I have carried with me throughout my life, both inside and outside the ring. And when I look at DigiPlus, I see a partner that shares the same direction. A company that values innovation but also understands responsibility. A company that grows but does not forget its purpose to serve people. That is why this partnership between DigiPlus and MoneyPay is so powerful. Together, we are not just building business, we are building opportunities. Opportunities for Filipinos to have better access, better experience, and a better future. As your ambassador, I commit to supporting this vision. I commit to representing not just the brand, but the purpose behind it. And as a chairman of MoneyPay, I am proud that we are aligned with a partner like DigiPlus, one that shares our heart and for service and our belief in the Filipino. This is just the beginning. With trust, with teamwork, and with a shared mission, I truly believe we can achieve more together. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat for your warm welcome, for your trust, and for this opportunity to work side by side. Let us continue to uplift one another, to serve with integrity, and to create a positive impact in the lives of many. God bless everyone, and mabuhay po kayo tayong lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Let us all raise our glasses. Cheers to winning like a champion. Cheers, everyone!
Through this partnership, DigiPlus Interactive Corporation and boxing legend Manny Pacquiao are not just creating games, they are creating experiences that connect with millions both here and around the world. And as the digital landscape evolves, one thing remains clear. The story of Manny Pacquiao continues to inspire, now in ways we've never seen before. I'm Aimee Gatchalian. See you next time here on All Access, only on DATV, Channel 31.
You're still watching The Game Changer. Still with us tonight is the CICC Executive Director, USEC Aboy Paraiso, sir.
Good evening po.
Yeah. Okay, USEC, this program highlights leaders who are making a difference.
Yep.
In your opinion, what does it mean to be a true game changer in public service?
Well, you have to know your priorities, and you have to keep in mind, if you're a public servant, the word public comes first, and the word servant is an adjective that you need to understand that you are serving someone, and that someone really is your boss. So whenever you're in public service, you really have to be aware, be conscious, and there would be times that you would be challenged and compromised, but make sure that your core remains intact. Yeah.
Cool. All right. In your agency, what reforms or innovations are you introducing within the CICC to strengthen the country's cybersecurity effort?
So for us, the way to combat cybercrime, like I told you, Kuyang Ox, no, I think the first and foremost line of defense that we have is informing the public. And I think the biggest innovation that the biggest change you see in CICC right now is we are really being very public. We're very out there. We're reaching out to our audience. Again, at the risk of being mocked, we are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, we're on everywhere. We create content, and then we educate, and then we're trying to, implore everyone that don't allow yourselves to be victimized. Don't be silent victims. You have to report, even if you don't get victimized. You have to report so we can stop these facilities of these criminals, whether it's a number, whether it's a website, whether it's a social media account. We can take them down.
Okay, all right. I am so eager to hear your answer or your view on this one.
Yep.
Within the next 5 or 10 years, how do you see the fight against cybercrime?
So I hope we get, because it's a good and bad thing that we're so behind when it comes to our technology and this catching up with technology, because I think the Filipinos only woke up to the concept of everything online during the pandemic. We were forced to market online, bank online, do our financing online, even gamble online. So I think in the next and it's a good and bad thing, because since we're lagging, we can learn from other countries and skip the learning curve. So hopefully in the next 5 years we would be able to catch up. But again, technology evolves so fast that the problems we're handling today might be different from the problems we might be encountering tomorrow when it comes to cybercrimes. Like I said, from 2022, the landscape was around 60% of crimes involves ICT technology, but right now we're at 80%. Most of it are cybercrimes na, even traditional crimes.
Yeah, totoo yan. And there's a lot of challenges, I mean, I bumped into a book called The Future Shock ni Alvin Toffler. There's a lot of pros and cons pagdating sa advent of technology, and we're really experiencing it now. Well, sabi mo kanina, na-mention mo yung AI is being used in profiling, and it's very advanced. Now, what role will technology and AI, or artificial intelligence, play in combating cyber threats?
So AI is now being used by scammers, and we in government and we in civil society are also using AI to combat these threats. So we use AI to detect these threat actors, to detect the scams, and we use AI to analyze for example, deepfakes. We use AI to detect deepfakes in a rapid pace. So it's a cat and mouse game with these cyber threat actors, and the thing about it is they're well funded, really. Southeast Asia is a $3 trillion industry.
That's a huge amount of money.
$3 trillion industry. So you can imagine the money that's being thrown around for hackers, for threat actors, for technology in order to scam us. So we must keep up with these particular threats.
USEC Aboy, what legacy or impact do you hope to leave through your leadership in the CICC?
So I would like to be remembered as because I have this acceptance that I won't be here permanently, and there would always be, since I hold an appointed position, I serve at the will and pleasure of the appointing authority, which is the president. So in my time here, I'm very cognizant of that fact, and then I want to institutionalize changes, professionalize the agency, so whoever holds that position would have an easier time than I did when I first took over.
Itutuloy na lang.
Itutuloy na lang yung mga programa natin.
Well, okay. Looking ahead, what is your vision for a safer digital Philippines?
Well, I think the dream really is everyone coming together in order to fight this common threat of cybercrime. And when I say everyone, not only government, not only the Filipino people, but everyone around the world would come to realize that the only way we can fight this is, we collaborate all efforts and make our laws universal, so we can go after criminals wherever they may be located. You know, they cannot hide anymore.
That's good. That's good. Okay, this time let's play.
Okay.
Laro na tayo.
Gotcha.
Okay, this game is called Hack a Boy. Personalities or cyber-related issues connected to your work at the Cybercrime Investigation and the Coordinating Center. And you'll give us the password, a word or phrase that can unlock the situation or solve the problem. So your answer should reflect your insight, experience, or perspective as a cybersecurity leader. Okay, so let's see if your cyber insights can unlock the right password. All right? Okay, let's beginning with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Unfairly judged.
Okay. Next, VP Sara Duterte.
Eagerly aggressive.
Eagerly aggressive. Next, DICD Secretary Henry Aguda, driving digital transformation in government while ensuring the protection of citizens' data and government digital systems.
Collaboration trailblazer.
PCO USEC Attorney Claire Castro, addressing the rapid spread of misinformation and disinformation across social media platforms.
Oh, CICC Claire, it's difficult because I know her and you know, she's being misunderstood for the work she does. So I think she is effective in her work, in the role that she plays.
Okay, effective, effective.
No, it's really effective in the role she plays.
Attorney Harry Roque as allegedly fake news peddler.
Remains to be seen. Yeah, because I understand, because we really have to get hold of former Secretary Roque to make him, you know, answer these allegations.
Okay. CICC Executive Director, leading the mission to combat cybercrime, online scams, and digital threats affecting Filipinos today.
Hopeful and realistic.
Okay. Now, last question, USEC Aboy.
Yes, ma'am.
As someone leading the country's efforts against cybercrime, how do you define being a game changer in protecting Filipinos in the digital world?
Well, I think it is incumbent upon me to urge everyone to work together. I think that's the game changer here. If I can do that job, if I can make everyone be on the same page, then I think there's no cure for cancer here. There's no one medicine, one pill that would answer all. But that is the huge start that we would be waiting for, and that would be the roadmap that we would be tracking in order to solve cybercrime.
USEC Aboy, Kuyang Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's such an honor to have you on the show.
No, it's my pleasure, really. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really.
In today's digital world, the battlefield is no longer limited to physical spaces. It now exists in our phones, our computers, and the platforms we use every day. Cybercrime has become one of the most complex threats of our time, affecting not only our finances, but also our trust, our information, and even our democracy. Technology will continue to evolve, and so will the methods of those who seek to exploit it. The question now is not simply whether we can keep up, but whether we are prepared to act responsibly in the digital spaces we all share. Because in the end, cybersecurity is not just the responsibility of government or institutions, it is a responsibility we all carry as citizens of a connected world. Changing the game against cybercrime requires awareness, vigilance, and collective action. And that is how we protect the future of our digital society. I am Ox Baliado, and this has been The Game Changer. Good evening.
Kahit pogi ka ang angas ko, tanong mo dun sa jowa mo na idol ako. Kinikilig siya palagi pag ako dumaan. Rate niya doses, wag ko laging 100. Panis ka boy.